But we were actually just having an interesting conversation. I've been having some issues in my driveway, and you had some pretty good tips for like how I might be able to fix the situation. Good evening, YouTube. Welcome to the ProfitDig Construction Show. I'm here with Jeff Spencer and Luke Fielder. And have no fear, Chris Work and Jerry Work are behind the camera. We're glad you're here with us. We're glad Luke's here with us especially. We get him in here once every 4 or 5 months, it seems like. And we try to beer him and feed him and get him on some videos, you know. But we were actually just having an interesting conversation. I've been having some issues in my driveway, and you had some pretty good tips for like how I might be able to fix the situation.
Yeah. So you were saying, you know, you have somebody come and fix it every couple of years or so,
yeah.
And it just never seems to stick. You know, the deal with any kind of existing any gravel driveway, if it doesn't have a finished surface on it, like concrete or asphalt, it's going to be, there's constant maintenance, you know, whether it's just blading it off every so often, keeping potholes filled in, making sure there's no drainage across them. That's what causes your erosion.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't take care of your subgrade, just like you do on roads, building pads, whatever, you got to get your subgrade right before you put your top layer on, which is your gravel, right?
I think we just keep putting a new top layer on it every time and just
so all you're doing
settling with it.
It's just like, well, you ever put, you know, there's a reason you put flour down whenever people, you know, need dough,
mm-hmm.
so it doesn't stick to your table.
Yeah.
So you got like a dry layer on the very surface of your
mm-hmm.
existing ground. It's not going to stick. It's not going to bond together like it needs to. And so you got to tear up the whole road, pretty much, all the high spots, low spots, before you fill them in. Then fill them in, get it all smooth, and then put your base stone on. And you're good to go after that.
Yeah, especially those trouble sections. I mean, you've been down our driveway. It's like off-road experience, you know.
It's been a long time, but yeah,
it's been a couple of years.
I could definitely see where y'all would have erosion issues on it for sure.
I don't know what the grade is, but it's pretty steep on that one section, and we've even got ditches on the side. And
mm-hmm.
and at first, it's always good for 4 to 6 months, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
But over time, especially if we have like a real good series of rains,
mm-hmm.
all it takes is that first one, man, and then it speeds up after that. And well, you know, like you said, where we drive through and our wheels make their marks, usually it's the side on the low side for us, actually, that you know, when you're going down it, you're like this. And when you're going up it, you know, you're like
right.
this, or you're just in a ditch, you know.
Yeah.
So you kind of balance on the road there.
How many pipe crossings do y'all have going? Because it's kind of up and down, right?
We have 2. So you mean like culverts?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we only have 2. We've got one which is like it's a 4 or 5 foot culvert. I mean, you can walk through it pretty easily.
Right.
And then we got another one that's I think it's a 2 foot culvert, but both sections have issues.
Yeah.
Like that's where we see some of the issues, and we just get potholes in those areas. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I don't know. I just know it's a recurring pattern for us, and you know, it's not the biggest expense in the world to get new gravel, especially when you compare it to, you know, I've looked into paving it.
Yeah.
And but actually, based on what you just said, like, it's not like we can just pave it as is. Like we would have to do some prep work, especially because if we tried to pave it over that, then we'd be paving for paving maintenance, you know.
Right. Well, even if you did get some rock delivered, you know, you got your base rock before pavement as is right now, and then you paved it, then, you know, eventually all that rock, it would end up going somewhere, and then your pavement would be gone after that, you know. Yeah, you gotta definitely control your drainage. That's the main thing for moving dirt, period. Control your water flow.
Yeah, and not being an expert in drainage or dirt, you know, experts are here, you know, not right here, but you know, I see what they're trying to do with it, you know, because we do have those drains, but I don't know, maybe there's a methodology that could be more precise than what we've done in the past.
Are your ditches, you know, excuse me, like a ditch on the uphill side of your driveway, in a big rain, does it carry all the water, or you have water come out of your ditch that runs across your driveway?
Well, it doesn't seem like it flows across it, but obviously anything at the top just goes down the middle. But like when it rains hard enough, like it's always that first one, and you'll see it happen in the gravel. You'll see where it rained so hard that you can now see some kind of little channels being made, and after those little channels start, it's over. Like the progression is rapid after that. We always
so anytime we ever install a driveway for a homeowner or a general contractor, we don't ever allow water to flow across the road, and even in like a flat area where there is no uphill side or anything like that, we'll put a crown in it just like you do on an asphalt road out here. That way there's no chance for water to be able to have a direct path straight across. And if it's like, so if you have like any turnaround driveway we have, or like a turnaround driveway, wherever the split is, we'll take the crown and it'll just follow the one side. So it'll lean one way. But on the other side, wherever it comes around at, it'll be leaning the opposite way. It'll have falling on the opposite way. That way when they come back together, you still have your crown in the middle.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to call you next time.
It'll work. You can do it.
You know, I don't know what else to do. You seem to have the right answer. So, yeah, you know, when we were talking about it, you know, we were also saying like that's a good opportunity too. Like maybe you don't want driveway work to be your primary bread and butter, but hey, if you've got some gaps in your schedule, like there's a good opportunity there to fill some slots, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you know, that's not our focal point. We want to be able to grow a business that's here for many, many years and provides for multiple families. So we are trying to grow out of that area, but they are great for, we say cash flow. Yeah. Because I mean, whenever you do start getting bigger jobs, it's, you know, 60, 90, it could be up to 120 days from the time you turn an invoice in before you get paid. And so they do help out with money coming in because they pay a lot faster. You know,
it's interesting too. My parents, you know, we bought their house and moved in. And then at the end of our driveway, there was some open land that was on the property, and they built a smaller house at the end. So they're kind of like down near the start of the road is, the start of the driveway. And I guess it was earlier this year. One day I just drove past, and their driveway was paved, and I was like, "What the hell happened here?" You know. I went and talked to my dad, and he said, "Yeah, man, this guy come by, and he said, hey, he was going door to door, just knocking, and he said, hey, we just did a job over here, and we got a whole bunch of materials left over we didn't need. It was like, we can have your driveway paved for," and he gave him a good quote, like right there. He was like, "We do it today." He was like, "You give me cash, I'll do it for this price." And that'll save me from hauling this material back and trying to deal with it. Yeah. And so my dad took him up on it, and he was like essentially about half price what he'd normally have to pay. Yeah. You know, I mean, I guess it was about half.
Probably cover the guy's salary, their pay. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was like, I thought that was funny too. It was just like, hey, you never know, somebody might come knocking one day. Yeah. My driveway's a quarter of a mile long, so I don't think they go.
It's got a quarter mile's worth of asphalt there?
Yeah. If they got that much material left over, somebody needs to be estimating.
Yeah, somebody's not going to have a job tomorrow.
They're damn good salesman, that's all I can tell you. All right, well, thanks for covering that, Luke.
Yeah. No problem.
We appreciate you guys tuning in. Check us out at ProfitDig.com. We've got the world's best costing and bidding solution for the right price, $99 a month. Give us a check out. You know, if you like the video, like, share, subscribe. You know, get the word out there on ProfitDig. We appreciate your time. We value you as a viewer. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
See y'all.